Hey man, Paulie Malignaggi and Brian Norman Sr. both say that Gervonta Davis, he ain't mentally strong at all. And when ish get real, he'll quit. Cause they done seen him quit on several occasions behind the scenes. I'ma let y'all hear the audio of what Brian Norman Sr. had to say and what Paulie had to say. But before we do all that and cook on this, make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So it seems like recently, ever since Gervonta Davis fought Lamont Roach, and Lamont Roach exposed to everybody that he ain't invincible, right? That Gervonta Davis can be beat just like anybody else. I've been saying this forever, right? But y'all want to act like that Tank was just something that we ain't never seen before in the world of boxing, that he's invincible, he's Superman, and I've been arguing about this shit for years with y'all tankomaniacs, with y'all meat mushers. You know what I'm talking about? Even me and my boy Money Brown used to debate about this when I would do live streams every day. And I was always saying, hey, I'm not sold on Tank. I'm not fooled by all the hype and the promotion that he's getting and the great matchmaking that he's getting, because if you really like that, your people around you want you to show that against the best of the best, and they've never done that with Gervonta Davis. It's a reason why. Now, with all that being said, I've also told people that he ain't mentally strong. Go back and watch my videos. I've told people, man, before any of this Lamont Roach stuff took place, I told people, man, he's not mentally strong. He's been catered to, he's been babied his whole life ever since he first came to the boxing gym, right? Because they seen that he had talent, and once they really found out and knew that he had a special type of talent, they catered him. They knew that he was eventually gonna be the bag. They took it out, so they protected him. And you can see that by how he acts now as a 30-year-old man. But I want y'all to hear what Brian Norman Sr. had to say about Gervonta Davis. Then I'm gonna let y'all hear what Paulie Malignaggi had to say about Gervonta Davis. And let me see if I got a tissue or something real quick so I can give to all the tankomaniacs that's gonna bite blood out their bottom lip right now. Take this right here, wipe the blood off your bottom lip that you're biting off now. Let me play this audio for y'all real quick, and we gonna come back and we gonna cook on this. Listen to what Brian Norman Sr. had to say first.
Again, it's gonna be one of the things where people hate about me. I don't think that Tank is a mentally strong person. Ain't no Tank. I know he ain't. I know Tank not a mentally strong person. I watch Tank quit. So I know stories. Listen to me, and I can say this because I ain't even got. I don't have no allegiance to them. My son was signed shortly with two guys. Before he got with the manager that he with now, he had a brief stint with two guys that started Tank off. They were his managers. They used to tell us stories about his ass. Tank ain't got it, bro. They don't have the heart. He's not built like that. He's not. He's not. They was telling us stories, all kind of shit. It was like, bro, we'll pull up. We'll pull up to a gym. They said he's going to spar somebody. The guy's supposed to be dangerous. Or they would go around, they would take them around sparring and shit. It was like they'd take him to a gym. They'd take him in there, tape and say shit like, all right, y'all keep the car running. Because they get a sense I'm going to hit his ass, so I'm going to run it out this bitch. They just tell little stories and shit. They tell you everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, he not built like that. I watched him quit. I watched him quit with no reason. I keep telling people, go, what?
He said he didn't watch him quit before. Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all a little story. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel before I even let y'all hear what Paulie had to say. I'm going to tell y'all a story from something I know myself, right? My partner, rest in peace, right? He always used to tell me, he like, man, we grew up with Tank. My brothers grew up, this is what he would tell me. He said his brothers grew up with Tank. He always used to tell me when I would even argue for Tank, he'd be saying, he a bitch. He a bitch. Just because he can fight don't mean he ain't a bitch. I didn't see him quit. He used to tell me that all the time. right? That Tank is a bitch, and when shit get real, he gonna quit. He do it in the gym, he quit. Then later on, we seen how he quit against Devin Haney. He quit. If he was a dog like y'all say he is, he wouldn't have never quit against Devin. You know what I'm talking about? I've heard several fighters tell me behind the scenes that he quits or he'll throw a tantrum when stuff ain't going his way. But anyway, let me let y'all hear what Paulie had to say about the situation. And then we're going to come back and cook on what he had to say.
For no reason. I keep telling people, go.
What has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody has brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Loman is from the DC area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most of his career. So having said that, you don't want to start too fast. You want to measure your pressure and bring it out because you know already what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that you know you'll bring the bitch out of him as the fight wears on. And you kind of started seeing that Gervonta fouling. There's an interpretation that he might have was trying to bite at one time. I don't really see it. I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying he was trying to bite at one time.
Shoulder strike.
Gervonta Davis is mentally weak, but he's physically talented.
Yeah, that's a fact. Y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button, because we going to cook on this. And like I said, if any of the Tanker Maniac meat mushers, if y'all need, a napkin to wipe the blood off your bottom lip because you can't stand the truth, you hate the truth, here you go right here. I got you right here. Thank me later. But real talk, all jokes aside, you've seen this, but see, we like to turn our heads, right, and close our eyes to things that we see until it gets blown up. See, it was just blown up in the Lamont Roach fight, but did we not see when Gervonta Davis fought Rolly? Anytime Rolly would be getting the upper hand on him or roughing him up in the inside a little bit, what did Gervonta Davis do? Turn to the referee, and the referee run and protect him, right? How you gonna build a real killer like that if you're being protected your whole career throughout your whole life, right? Go back to the Ryan Garcia situation. Y'all seen how he was holding on like a rag doll for dear life when Ryan Garcia grazed that man. Ryan didn't even hit him with a clean shot, and he holding on for dear life. But y'all acting like Tank the toughest man in the whole entire planet, right? So it just got blown up when in the fight with Lamont Roach, but he been showing this. Why Floyd Mayweather didn't want to put him in the ring with the top killers in none of the division before? Because Floyd knew. You see, Leonard Ellaby was always glazing and meat mushing Tank all the time. Tank is the best fighter in the world. He doing all of that. You never heard Floyd say that, right? And y'all was talking about, oh man, Floyd just jealous of Tank. What, jealous of what? That man a billionaire. Floyd knew what Tank was. He knew his flaws, and he knew what he was great at. So what Floyd did with Leonard is they made sure that they made him perfectly. Put him in there against guys that don't have defense, guys that gonna try to brawl with him and stand right in front of him, and he gonna get knockouts, right? That's the recipe for a fighter like Gervonta Davis to look great. Gervonta Davis is a special talent when it comes to speed, precision, power, and things like that, but he got big flaws in his game also, right? So you're going to put him in there with fighters that you look at, you study, and you know that they can't exploit his flaws. So that's all that is, I was never fooled. I was never fooled by this. I've been watching boxing and involved in boxing for too long. Since I was a kid. You can't fool me with the smoke and mirrors. And man, so it ain't no coincidence that Gervonta Davis never wanted to fight a Lomachenko until he got old. Y'all made all excuses. Oh, it's the size of the street and his Bob era. But as soon as Gervonta Davis said that he wanted to fight Lomachenko, they went in negotiations easy. Wasn't no roadblocks, wasn't nothing. They was able to go into negotiations easy. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about what Brian Norman Sr. and Paulie Malignaggi had to say. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. Diego talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.